Me and Mason are going to go get the new X9. This is freaking exciting. Let's go. Back up to 3 combines, baby. Hopefully we can knock these beans out a little quicker now. Here's our unit. Oh, it's the 1000, not the 1100. What do you guys think? You think we need one of these things? Jesse, where are you at? I'm ready to get my combine and go. Well, I gave Jesse a jingle. He said, let's get her fired up. So we're gonna get her warming up here. This ladder's kind of neat. That's definitely different from my 790. Are you kidding me? $800,000 machine, Mason. We have a cloth seat in this thing. That's a big header. Holy buckets. This is exciting. Holy smokes. We're trying to get it on. It looks like this here is where it lands on the trailer. You really got to have this thing perfect the way it looks. I think that's good. We got the header on the trailer. Combine's fueled up. We're heading to the field now. This is freaking exciting. Mason's giving me my lunch. Thanks, Mace.
How you doing?
Gold. Very gold.
I bet it is. Our combine number 3 back there has been using some hydraulic oil. I don't know where it's leaking from, but every week I gotta retop it off and add more oil to it. I just got it delivered to this truck. I'm gonna take this truck there. Brandon's filling the one combine. When that one's full, he's gonna jump in the other one to fill that one while we're waiting for JT to go run down with Dad to grab the 3rd truck that's down there along with the grain cart. Now that is a big header. That's pretty exciting. But we don't have any combines that can hook up to that thing yet, so I'm gonna get in this one and keep combining. I see something that can hook up to that header over there. That's gonna be kind of exciting to see.
I just got to the field though. We're getting the head hooked up. And we're gonna see how this big beast works. So one of the biggest things I like to test with this thing when we're going is they say with these new headers, you don't need an air reel like we have on our others. So it's gonna be nice to be side by side and get out and actually compare how much we're losing. It's a lot wider of an intake and a lot wider throat, I should say. The beast is coming alive. Okay, here we go. We just got to the field. Headers on. First engagement. Well, we made it in the field here. We're gonna get out and see, make sure we're not throwing anything out the back. Head loss looks pretty good here. Okay, so the sample didn't look bad, but I'm gonna make a few adjustments here. So we're out here now. We're gonna compare the 790 with the RD air bar compared to the non-air bar over here. Okay, here we got a little bit better of a demonstration. This I'm seeing as a lot cleaner of a cut. That one's a little bit higher and hairier. And here we have a few, but it ain't bad at all. We're losing about 0.25 bushel with this header right now.
So we're kind of having a race, the expensive X9 versus the budget-ish friendly 790s. So I'm trying to push this thing about as fast as I can, but max speed I can go is 6 just so I'm keeping a good cut. I'm not working the engine hardly at all. Now I'm not in very good beans either. I'm in 20 to 30 bushel beans. But we're just trying to see if that machine can catch up to this one, if it's worth the extra $200,000 or not.
Don't worry, Brandon. I'll come get your little strip you missed here with the X9. Kind of just losing all of our profit. It's kind of got a washout here, like a little drainage coming down. You probably can't see it on camera. The 740 FD would not flex through this properly, and it would like do funny things. So let's see what it does here. We'll go nice and slow. That did pretty good. This is kind of cool. So right here, like I was talking earlier, is another little valley that should be cut out to where I go on one side and carve it out on the other side. But I just went straight through it with that hinge draper, and it did a very, very nice job. Versus right back over here, where we did with a normal 640. Here you got a little jumpy, and there it didn't cut because it didn't flex through. That's kind of cool to see. We're cruising along. These beans are very, very poor. We got 18, 17 bushel beans. Pretty pathetic. These just sandy, light soil. But we're going 9 miles an hour, 9.1. Very little engine load, which there's nothing there. Yeah, I really can't load my engine up here. This low spot will load her up. I'm taking off about 53 acres per hour instant, and I'm doing about 1,000 bushels per hour too. 50-foot head on an X9 on 1000. I wish it was 1100 just because it'd be cooler, but this makes it awesome for my combine that's broke down right now. We're able to run a 3 again. 3.5, I guess you could call this thing, right? It's doing a very good job. All things considering, these really short beans with no air bar, them beans are really going onto that header nicely. I'm rather impressed. I'm having a heck of a lot of fun. I don't want to share with my brothers. Jesse, today ends at midnight, so I'm planning on using all that time, so. Okay, I get to run the old Wrigley 790, even though this thing probably has less hours than that X9. That is a used machine. Get a real comparison and see what I think here now, I guess.
Well, they're just giving me the X9 now, and the first thing I noticed is these stairs seem awesome for climbing. They're actually like a staircase, not as much of a ladder. Okay, one thing I'm noticing is I'm going the same speed and I'm tickling up into that yellow a lot more than I was with the 790, but the 790 has a 40-foot head on it. This one has a 50, so I got 10 more feet I'm taking in. Another thing I noticed since getting in here is it has a lot more cup holders compared to the S series. I don't know why, I find that cool. Brandon's turn. He's pretty much full. He's full. Mason's gonna give me a ride. I'm gonna go bring the other truck up here. Things change on the farm so much. When we started the day out, we were expecting Mom to run one of the combines and me to jump in a truck. She waited out here for like 4 hours and we never needed her. So then she went home. And now they gotta call to turn around and come back to run a combine because I'm gonna take this in.
I'm really doing the combine shuffle today. Go from the X9 to number 3. Now I'm going to number 1. Because Mason's gonna not run number 3. Because number 1's kind of a butt with the auto steer. It's got something wrong with it. Looks like Brandon and I are gonna play chicken. X9 versus 790. Who's gonna back down, baby? I think he could probably eat me. Oh, he's bailing. Well, beans are winding down. We got a half section and a couple low spots at home, basically. So we're gonna try to drive a 50-foot header down the road. Guys, I can't see nothing out there. And normally I would say, Jesus, take the wheel and have auto steer, just let me go. But my auto steer's not even working and I don't know why. I'll go over a little mound and it'll start like turning on me and then just stay way off and go back and forth down my line. Like 3 to 4 feet it'll start swaying. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the 790s versus that X9. This machine started about 30 minutes before, and the X9 was only able to get 20 acres more done in the entire day. And I mean, there was times when I was running that thing, I was really pushing her to the rugs there, as you guys saw. I think for our farm at least, we don't raise giant crops. Guys that have 60 bushel beans, it would definitely work for someone like that to get acres done. To me, 20 acres in a day is not worth a $200,000 upgrade option. I think what we should do or could do on our farm to improve us is just get bigger headers. Like we're running 40 footers on these 790s and we could easily run 45s. These are probably too small for these. If you have a big crop, yes, it's gonna shine colors around the 790 or a smaller class combine. The other thing I wanted to address was that header. That header compared to these in perfect conditions, you couldn't tell a difference. You didn't have no different loss. But sadly, a lot of times you don't have perfect conditions. When stuff starts to get a little rough and a little mogly and stuff, this air bar and this flex header, the 740 FD, I think it did a better job. But now cutting out a valley, that hinge draper was able to flex through the valley, which was super nice. I don't know, you give some, you take some. So is it worth the money for our farm? No, I don't think it is, but maybe for one of you guys out there. So thank you to Gooseneck and thank you to Jesse for bringing that out. We had a really good day today, all things considered. We had to move to 12 different fields. There's so many little gardens. Stuff like that takes forever. And we got 450 acres done today. I would count today as a very successful day. Beans are starting to wind down too, which is awesome. I can't wait to get on corn. I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys.